I think there's an important question to be dealt with first, which is, what was what went on yesterday good, particularly the most extreme parts of it. Going into this, I was thinking we would just kind of gloss over that completely, but then I was looking at an article this morning, and it was a poll from yesterday or this morning, I guess it was a poll from this morning, and 45% of Republicans said they supported the storming of the Capitol yesterday, which I would not have expected that. What went on yesterday, was that even good or was that bad?
And what we need to do, it was bad is the short answer. But I think what it comes back to is what Jonathan said, which is the law. If you don't believe in law, then you say it's okay to break the rules. And if you break the rules, it degrades into anarchy. I mean, that obviously is where there are no rules, right? That's anarchy, where there is no government constraint. And so I think as we talk about it, one of the important things to recognize is one of the things that's happening is that we're seeing a lot of anarchy in the country, and anarchy tends to breed anarchy. And so all of a sudden people are justifying breaking in, they're justifying forcing through the police line, they're justifying all this because they're saying other people are breaking the law. And that's a really dangerous view.
And part of it is for a while now there's been a concerted effort to blur the line between what is lawful and getting what I want to happen. And those things are trying to be made equivalent. Being lawful is doing what I really want to happen, or what we all really want to happen. I mean, and like you can see it in cases, even in cases where like the police shoot someone. The question isn't what exactly did they do, what exactly happened, what exactly did they follow the law. The question is it doesn't matter.
Do I want the results we got?
This is horrible, and the result needs to be X. And that matters because, I mean, like when you talk about the election being legitimate, the legitimate means, was it lawful? I mean, and that, and that really, that definition matters because when they went into the Capitol, that wasn't legitimate either because that wasn't lawful. And so, I mean, being lawful is kind of at the core of all this. But when you hear all these words, when I hear the word legitimate, my first thought isn't lawful. We've gotten to the point where the words don't mean what they really mean anymore. We don't think about the core of them and the heart of it.
So when there was the Queen of Israel, and they go and assassinate her and take her out, or they capture her, take her out of the temple and kill her, was that lawful? That's what people are saying, is something illegal is happening, so we need to step up and take illegal action to thwart it.
I would say it was lawful, and it was lawful for some very particular reasons. In that case, a son of David was supposed to be on the throne, Athaliah. The Queen of Israel was not a descendant of David. She was not a legitimate ruler, and so they were overthrowing an illegitimate ruler. So it gets a lot more complicated a lot quicker. Now, in the United States, we have a different set of laws, and we have constitutions, and we have state constitutions and federal constitutions. We have courts. We have legislative branches. We have all these means to settle what is lawful and what's not lawful. And yesterday, they decided that they should use other means.
But I think there's a line that needs to be drawn here because the American Revolution, there was no biblical divine right of kings saying William the Conqueror's descendant needs to be on the throne of England. So are we saying that all revolution is wrong, that you have to just go through your legal process?
But even there, they went through a legal process. They went through the lesser magistrates. They went through the legislative branches of the colonies. They went in a lawful way. They weren't pushing for anarchy, which is right now it seems like there's a much bigger push for anarchy. A push for anarchy is without law. There is the doctrine of interposition that says a lesser magistrate can interpose themselves against an abusive greater magistrate. And that's what happened during the American Revolution. I don't see that happening here. Now, maybe I'm missing it, but it seems it's the opposite. They're going, the Senate and the House aren't going to do what we want to do, so we're going to storm the Capitol and stop them. That isn't organized. That's not accepting that you should be governed. That's anarchy.
There would be a time under the right circumstances where it would be right for, say, President Trump, or not President Trump, but someone else, to lead a group of people and break into the Capitol and do certain things. But that's not what was happening. It was a group of people without any real aims, without any real goals, without any leader who was in an actual position of authority to be leading people, just breaking in, fighting with the police, taking selfies in Nancy Pelosi's office. I mean, they were just doing things that were not in any way...
And staying between the velvet ropes,
Right.
which is very odd.
Right. But they were doing things that were not trying to even overthrow the government. They were doing things that were just purely lawless.
And they were doing it specifically, I think, because the police told them they couldn't, and they were tired of being told, which doesn't make it legitimate at all. But I do think that that's... the riot police were trying to keep them back, and there was a big group of people, and they basically said, we're tired of being kept back.
This clip is from The Conquering Truth. You can find the link to the full episode in the video description. If you found this helpful, visit us online at theconqueringtruth.com and subscribe here or in your favorite podcast app.